Welcome back to Virgo. If you feel called here, there's a reason. And before we go any further, if this message starts to resonate with you, support the channel by liking the video, sharing your thoughts in the comments, and subscribing so you don't miss what's unfolding for you. Now listen closely, Virgo. There is a surprise forming around you, and it's closer than you think. The cards open with a sudden shift in energy, the kind that comes without warning and changes the rhythm of your days. This is not something you planned. This is not something you saw coming. And that's exactly why the message is clear. Don't freak out when it happens. The first energy that steps forward is urgency mixed with destiny. Something has been moving quietly behind the scenes, lining itself up while you were focused on surviving, healing, or simply getting through your routine. The universe shows me that you've been in a period of holding it together, being practical, being strong, even when emotionally you were tired. That's important because the surprise arrives as a disruption, not as chaos, but as a wake up. A powerful card of sudden communication appears. Virgo, this points to news, a message, or an encounter that comes quickly and demands your attention. It could be a call, a text, or even someone showing up unexpectedly. The energy around it feels electric. Your heart may race at first, your mind may try to analyze it immediately. But the message here is to pause before reacting. This moment is meant to be felt before it's understood. The next card reveals that this surprise is connected to something you thought was finished, delayed, or out of reach. Someone or something from a different timeline of your life resurfaces, but not in the same form. There's growth here, maturity, a sense of seriousness that wasn't present before. This could be tied to love, a career opportunity, or a decision that affects your long-term stability. What matters is that it comes with a sense of timing that feels almost unreal, like it lands exactly when you were starting to accept that nothing was going to change. Another strong energy comes through, and this one is emotional truth in Virgo. Someone involved in this situation has been holding back. They've been watching, thinking, regretting, or preparing. The cards show hesitation turning into action, fear turning into courage, and when they step forward, it may feel overwhelming at first because you weren't prepared for their intensity or honesty. This is why the message says not to freak out. Your calm response is key here. There is also a reminder from the universe. This surprise is not here to throw you off balance, but to test how much you've grown. Old versions of you would have panicked, overthought, or doubted yourself. The current version of you is being asked to stay grounded, to listen, and to trust your intuition instead of your anxiety. You don't need to decide everything immediately. You don't need to have all the answers. You only need to stay present. Financially and practically, the cards show movement as well. A door opens that changes your sense of security. This could be an offer, a breakthrough, or a solution to something that's been stressing you. Again, it arrives suddenly, and again, your reaction matters more than the event itself. Staying calm allows you to see the opportunity clearly instead of reacting from fear or disbelief. What stands out the most, Virgo, is that this surprise is aligned with your path, even if it doesn't look like it at first. It's not random, it's not a mistake, it's something that was delayed until you were strong enough to handle it without losing yourself. And here's the part that really matters. The cards show that how you respond in the first moments sets the tone for what follows. Calm brings expansion. Panic brings resistance. You are being trusted with something meaningful now. So when it happens, Virgo, and it will be soon, remember this message: breathe, observe, feel before you react. Because this surprise isn't here to shake you apart, it's here to move you forward in a way you never expected. And as this energy continues to unfold, Virgo, the atmosphere around you grows quieter but heavier, like the calm right before something important lands. The cards show a moment where time seems to slow down for you. You may notice signs, repeated numbers, vivid dreams, or a strong gut feeling that something is about to happen. Trust that. Your intuition is sharpening because you're being prepared to receive what's coming without doubting yourself. There's also a strong emotional undercurrent here. Someone connected to this surprise has been battling their own fears. They've been trapped between what they want and what they're afraid to lose. The cards show regret mixed with longing. This person didn't act sooner because they were unsure, not because they didn't care. And now, something pushes them to finally move. When they do, it may feel intense, even confusing, because it awakens emotions you thought you had already processed. Virgo, the universe highlights your role here clearly. You're no longer meant to chase, explain, or overextend yourself. This time, you are the one being approached, the one being chosen, the one being shown effort. That alone may shock you, especially if you've been used to being the strong, reliable one who always holds things together. Let yourself receive without questioning your worth. Another layer of this message touches your self-image. This surprise challenges how you see yourself and your future. You may realize that you've been underestimating what you deserve, settling for predictability instead of possibility. The cards suggest that once this moment arrives, you'll see a new version of your life opening up, one where you don't have to carry everything alone. There's also a caution woven gently into the reading. Don't rush to label this moment or lock it into a box. Let it breathe. Let it reveal itself step by step. Some truths arrive all at once, but their meaning unfolds slowly. You're meant to observe patterns, not just promises. Actions will matter more than words now. The energy around you becomes brighter here. There's relief, a sense of validation, and a quiet feeling of, I knew this wasn't over. Even if you don't say it out loud, something inside you recognizes this moment as significant. It's not about drama or chaos, it's about alignment. And Virgo, as this continues, the cards hint that this surprise isn't a single event, but a chain reaction. One message leads to a conversation. One conversation leads to a choice. One choice shifts your path in a way that feels both scary and right. You don't need to force clarity. Clarity comes as you stay present and honest with yourself. So stay open, stay grounded, stay aware of how your body reacts when this begins, because your intuition will speak before logic does. And whatever unfolds next, know that you were guided here for a reason, and the story is still moving. Virgo, as this energy reaches its peak, the message becomes very clear and very grounding. What's coming is not meant to shake you into fear, but to wake you up to your own power. The surprise ahead carries truth, and truth always brings relief before it brings clarity. You may feel a rush of emotions at first, but beneath that, there is calm, a deep inner knowing that whatever happens next, you are no longer the same person you were before. The cards show that you have already closed an old cycle without realizing it. You've healed more than you give yourself credit for. That's why this moment doesn't arrive as chaos, but as confirmation. Someone sees you differently now. They see your value, your consistency, your depth, and more importantly, you finally see it too. That's the real shift. There's a sense of divine timing here. If this had happened earlier, it would have overwhelmed you. If it came later, you might have missed it. But now, You're strong enough to stand in your truth without shrinking or over-explaining. You're ready to respond, not react. Ready to choose what aligns with your future, not your past. Virgo, this is also about self-trust. The universe is reminding you that when something feels aligned, it won't require you to abandon yourself. You won't have to guess. You won't have to chase signs. The right energy meets you halfway and speaks clearly through actions. Pay attention to consistency, not intensity. As this chapter settles in, there's a quiet promise here: growth, stability, a sense that life is finally meeting you where you are. Whatever message, invitation, or realization comes next is meant to expand you, not drain you. You are stepping into a phase where things feel earned, not borrowed. So breathe, stay present, let things unfold naturally. You don't need to force the outcome, because the universe is already moving pieces